Well, very good day to you folks. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Speed Gaming 2. Welcome to the Metroid Prime Randomizer weekly community race. Folks, we've got a good one for you today. For this weekly, we are playing a hard weekly preset. We've got Innerslice and Samuel showing their skills. I'm Captain MD on comms, and on tracking today, looks like we've got Op82 and I think we might be getting Worn Traveler joining us in a bit. Just a moment, folks. All right, apologies. So yeah, we've got our hard preset today. Looks like our runners just gave the green light in the race room. But yeah, there's a lot going on here, folks. For hard settings, we have 9 artifacts required, 6 minimum actions before placement. Let's see. Do we still start with Charge Beam? Yes. Up to 0 to 3 starting items. Where do we start? It's random elevators. Dangerous gravity suit logic. What else? Anything else I should be aware of? Yeah, that's the base, the basics. And yeah, random starting area as well. So yeah, we got a lot going on here, folks. Now, because we are also on hard difficulty, the trick usage is a lot different. So I'm going to bring up the expected trick usage visualizer because I'm going to need that today. I'm not used to hard logic. We start in Phendrana Drifts today. We start with Morph Ball and Spider Ball in Phendrana Canyon. All right, so we get a free item here in Canyon. And it is Missile Launcher. All right, so yeah, already you can see no space jump, no boost ball. We are going to be NSJ scan dashing our way out of here. So yeah, Phendrana Drifts, Phendrana Canyon expects beginner standable and intermediate scan dashing. So yeah, that's something we wouldn't normally see in our standard difficulty weeklies. It would appear that we also have not started with any music. Interesting. I assume that's just a bug of starting in that area of Phendrana. And we're greeted immediately with the oversized Ridley shadow. And looks like folks are saying there was a beam of some kind on Control Tower. Now, let me see what Control Tower asks for in these settings. Or not Control Tower, excuse me, Shoreline Tower. There's bombs inside the ice in Ice Ruins East. So that's Plasma Lock today. Ooh, Sam took a fall there. And inside Ice Ruins East is Super Missiles. Interesting. That, I would wager with that gear, we could probably already go get the item that, what could be a beam, which could very well be plasma, that's in Shoreline's Lighthouse. Yeah, Phendrana Shoreline's intermediate scan dashing, so we've established that's already been enabled. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we can just go ahead and get that right now. So both runners grabbing their super missiles. Innerslice having a little bit less trouble and is going to, yeah, scan dash off of the actually scan dash off the cage here, looks like, to reach that platform. Ooh, looks like wasn't quite able to make it. Ooh, looks like Samuel overshot it, maybe? And Inner Slice electing to take a quick safety save here. And looks like also a warp to start on top of that. We're going to see where this elevator leads, and it is reflecting pool far end, so that is ice beam locked. Looks like a missile in the ice. But yeah, it looks like that scan dash is going to be needed to get some work done, because if that is plasma beam on top there, we need that to get bombs in Ice Ruins East. And Inner Slice already not having too much of a good time and is electing to warp to start as well. It looks like there's either one of two ways you can get back up. You either have to go back around the ice ruins here, or you have to warp to start back to Canyon and go back around. So not a good start here, and I think we're pretty much bottlenecked into this. Not a whole lot else we can do without space jump. Not to mention on the idea that this does lock bombs. So we definitely want to make sure we can pick this up before too much time goes by. Samuel takes another fall. Looks like Inner Slice was too low. Yeah, and TGC was saying in the chat earlier that this scan dash is pretty trash, and it is an intermediate level scan dash at the very least. It looks like Samuel's taking less time to get back to the starting area than Inner Slice is by going around the ice ruins, although it's just generally not having too much trouble with movement. It looks like Samuel's trying to use the flicker bat here. And gets the scan dash. Unfortunately, doesn't have enough missiles to fire a super at this point. Oh, that's brutal. And doesn't get a drop. I don't think Charge Beam can reach. I mean, the range is good on Charge Beam, but it's not that good. But luckily, Samuel's able to get to Chozo Ice Temple and improvise. And it looks like Inner Slice did make it and did have enough missiles for a super and gets an Ice Beam, so it was not Plasma. Which means we can now go through the reflecting pool elevator into Far Chozo. So much different plan than what we had predicted. But that is Inner Slice's way out. Here's a question for chat. Looks like Samuel got the super he was looking for. Here's a question for chat, because I can't look this up right away on the visualizer. Is Thermal Visor no longer required in Logic? Because if it's not required, then not a whole lot keeping us away from Thardis. Although we could really use bombs to make life easier on that front. But yeah, Inner Slice is going to pick up another super missile on standby. Samuel is going to be our first by just a sliver into Chozo. And And since we have Ice Beam, we should be able to check. Now, it looks like Samuel's going back through, but might be out of missiles. Was Sam out of... Yeah, Sam's probably out of missiles. In the meantime, Inner Slice is going to show us Reflecting Pool. Luckily, there's plenty of terrain to work with here for simple NSJ. And there's the Plasma Beam in Antechamber. So that is Inner Slice's ticket to bombs. So Runner's going to go back for those right away. So now we've got bombs available to us, which is a pretty big break for early game, especially considering the brutal scan dash they just had to do for Control Shoreline Lighthouse. Inner Slice going to grab some extra insurance missiles here and make his way over to grab bombs. Plasma Beam also gives us the item in Ice Ruins West, if we can get to it. Oops, Samuel takes a fall. Right in front of Plasma Beam, no less, too. I don't know how Samuel's going to get back up for that. Might have to warp to start. In fact, yeah, Samuel's just realized what's up here, and yeah, this is going to be a reset. Not a hard reset, I don't think. I'm pretty sure Samuel saved after Ice Beam. I hope he saved after Ice Beam. But Inner Slice is going to pull ahead a little bit here, grab his bombs. And it looks like Samuel actually just did a full reset. So Ice Beam was not preserved. That is a bit of an oof. That is going to set Samuel back a few minutes. And it looks like Inner Slice wants to make a pit stop into Chozo Ice Temple. Gets the scan dash first try on the next run through. What did Sam do? Tried to scan dash to Antechamber, but fell down. Unfortunately, Antechamber is guarding his Plasma Beam, which is guarding his bombs by extension. But yeah, Inner Slice is going to check out Chozo Ice Temple. And in a case like this, yeah, we have to improvise with bomb jumping because we don't exactly have the best form of movement around here. Space jump is liable to be very late down the bandwagon today. Ooh, scan dashing from Inner Slice. Well done. You thought NSJ Screw Attack Mining Plaza was bad? How about NSJ Bombs Only Chozo Ice Temple? Alright, now this is a tough one for Inner Slice. He's got to get this, otherwise he's fallen. Never mind, there's a ledge here. I thought it was way harder than it is. Alright, so now Inner Slice is going to check Ice Temple. And Chozo Ice Temple is more missiles, which, to be fair, we don't have a lot of, so we might as well. Now, with this equipment, we can check Chapel, but it's a one-way trip. So hopefully this is not Vanilla Wave Beam, or hopefully it is Vanilla Wave Beam, and we can start our seed here with relatively all beams. Samuel having much less trouble getting to Ice Beam this time around on the second pass. And that appears to be a missile tank. So we are done here in Chozo Ice Temple. And hopefully Samuel just goes straight for Plasma Beam this time, but is going to grab an extra, has to grab an extra missile drop here, and gets it with relatively low difficulty. All right, once again, we've got a somewhat synchronized return into Far Chozo, but Samuel, after picking up Plasma, is going to have to make that detour for bombs. And it looks like Samuel's going to play it safe this time, or at least take a safety save here in the other save station before continuing. Hey, look at that. Synchronized saves. Inner Slice, on the other hand, with bombs in tow, is going to check what the elevator out of Reflecting Pool 1 leads to. And this takes us to Magmoor Workstation Debris. That is an unusable elevator until we find a power bomb. Now, Samuel has Plasma Beam in tow and will warp to start here to go ahead and pick up bombs. And with bombs in tow, we can actually check both items here in Hall of the Elders, which is going to be very nice for development on our runners. And with super missiles as well, Chozo Ghost should be relatively low difficulty. Except when they just flat out ignore your shots and go right through them like that shot from Inner Slice clearly just did. But yeah, Inner Slice is going to power on the switches here and is going to be able to check both items here. Although getting out of Elder Chamber might be a little tough without Space Jump. I believe a bomb jump is required here. All right, Samuel has picked up bombs and will be making his way over to Chozo, Far Chozo now. So yeah, folks, you're seeing a lot of elements of hard difficulty already in play here, with NSJ Scan Dashing playing a very big part in getting Ice and Plasma Beam. Unfortunately, it looks like Hall of the Elders is junk. Although, again, we're a little low on missiles for early game, so I'm sure these extra missiles won't go amiss at the early stages here. And it is a 9 artifact seed, so we are going to have to be looking for a few artifacts, and there's a good chance a few of those are in lower mines, especially considering we've got early Ice and Plasma Beam. And Spider Ball, for that matter. Oops, looks like Inner Slice got skewed to the side there. Samuel is going to discover that the elevator out of Reflecting Pool is unusable here. Wait a minute, is that even randomized? But yeah, artifact jokes aside, yeah, so that's an artifact in Elder Chamber, which we do need. And we're going to get a peek at Crossway here, and that is a missile tank. All right, so Samuel's going to get the missile tank and artifact located here. We're getting a quick peek at Furnace now. And Upper Furnace appears to also be a missile. Ooh, Inner Slice doing a nice little scan dash to clear the other side of the room. Going to check Lower Furnace here. That's another free item. And Lower Furnace gives us an energy tank, which will definitely not go amiss, considering we've now gone about, what, 20 minutes without one? Welcome to your average everyday Echoes Weekly, where your energy tanks are usually not before the first 30 minutes pass by. But yes, now we've returned to... Oh, Inner Slice just got shriek-batted. But it looks like we're in prime position here to go make a quick visit to Zoid. Thanks to bombs, we can check both items here nice and quick. Inner Slice has a small lead. What caused that? Asked chat. Samuel had to take a full reset on his way to Plasma Beam as he took a fall in Reflecting Pool. And did not have a save queued prior. Of course, Zoid, the flamethrower, has flamethrower in his pocket. Flamethrower, not a bad tool when being used to repel bees. Although that being said, Ice Beam seems to be doing the job just fine. But yeah, now that we have access to early Chozo, there is quite a lot we can do here, so we're going to be seeing quite a number of items in short order here. Looks like Inner Slice had a fairly nice Zoid, too. Alright, and from Zoid, we get a Metroid. There's not that many in the pool, actually, this time around. Only 4. Correction. There are 6. Because we also have started with Morph Ball and Spider Ball. Alright, so with that trip being done, Inner Slice will now make his way over towards Main Plaza. But in the meantime, firstly, a trip up ruined, or not ruined, excuse me, Gathering Hall. And it looks like that was that another Metroid? Yes, it was. 2 out of 6 Metroids, and they're all in Chozo. All right, plenty we can do here in Watery Hall. We can get the charge beam item. I believe we can get the other item as well in logic in this difficulty. Not easy, but it is doable. Let me just verify that real quick. Chozo Ruins Watery Hall. Gravityless underwater movement beginner and slope jump beginner. So, yep, it is expected. And what have we in... Oh, looks like Inner Slice isn't going to get it in order to avoid laser eyes for a moment. All right, a pair of checks coming up here in Dynamo. We can get them both nice and easy. We start out with missiles. And a little bit of standable terrain later. We see that upper dynamo gives us another missile. Okay, game. We've gotten a lot of missiles and not a whole lot of progression after bombs. You think you can work with us a little here? All right, we do get a second energy tank here, right in time for Inner Slice to attempt gravityless watery haul here. Never mind, it's just for missiles. TGC, no, nobody went back for Ice Ruins West. At least not that I'm aware. Alright, Inner Slice going to take a quick save here. There is still plenty to do in Chozo, so I doubt this is a warp to start. And indeed, he is going to proceed towards Main Plaza. Sam sees the Metroid in Gathering Hall and elects to avoid it. Alright, in Ruin Fountain we have... what is that, missiles? Yeah, more missiles. Okay. Now we enter the treasure trove that is Main Plaza. I see something important on Grapple Ledge. Oh no, Inner Slice whiffed on the tree. Good grief words. There's an energy tank. That appears to be another missile on the half pipe. And I did not see what was in the grapple ledge. So far, nothing but a lot of expansions here in Rune Shrine. But Inner Slice does hop over the trigger to start the beetle fight. All right, next stop is the Main Plaza elevator, and we'll see where this takes us. I should use that as a chance to get an idea of what actually was in Grapple Ledge. I couldn't tell if that was Wave Beam or not in Grapple Ledge. Except I did miss where the elevator leads to, but it looks like it leads to Root Cave. That is a perfectly good usable elevator right now. So we have access to talent and by extension our artifact hints. There is Grapple Beam in Ruin Nursery. Inner Slice is going to be real happy to see that. Is that a visor in Plaza? Samuel tried to give it another look. Yeah, it is a visor in Main Plaza. I believe it is X-ray. And we finally get a power bomb as well in Ruined Gallery Tunnel. So now we're kind of in business here for a lot of NSJ-related affairs. That power bomb lets us actually use the workstation debris elevator. And there is Space Jump in Hive Totem. So finally, we don't have to worry about Space Jump problems anymore. And hey, have a Wave Buster right behind it. Too bad we don't have Wave Beam to use it. Inner Slice getting a little bit smashed there, but improvising with a bomb jump. The vault elevator takes us to PPC. Interesting. All right, so Inner Slice is probably going to go ahead and grab X-Ray here. Oh, is going to make a quick detour to Upper Shrine. Oh, also, we have SJ, Grapple. We might actually have Root Cave in play soon. Looks like Samuel's electing to go straight down the transport tunnel B elevator and gets an ice spreader for his trouble, which actually is really nice. Not exactly what we're looking for, but actually really nice. All right, Inner Slice is now going to go grab the item on Grapple Ledge, and I'm pretty sure this is X-Ray. Yep, it's X-Ray. All right, folks, Oops All Beam combos will be commenced once Inner Slice gets Ice Spreader. Where are the shoes? Toaster Party asks. They are in Hive Totem. Samuel's actually heading in that direction right now. They were locked behind... access to Chozo was locked by Ice Beam in Shoreline's Lighthouse, which required NSJ Scan Dash. In Upper Shorelines. Because Spider Ball was given for free, which led to Super Missiles in Ice Ruins East. Ice Beam led to Plasma Beam in Antechamber, which led to Bombs in Ice Ruins East Ice Path. But yeah, Root Cave and Arbor Chamber both perfectly doable checks now with this equipment. And now that we've got Space Jump, we've actually... Oh, looks like Inner Slice took a fall there, and I think that might have been an artifact. Yep, it's an artifact, all right. Which we do need. All right, Inner Slice will now make his way. I assume this is a play to Hints. And we actually can do quite a bit with our current equipment. The two things that would really open this seed wide are Various Suit and Wave Beam. But we already actually have a vast majority of heavy progression items. Monitor Station, that is Transport Tunnel A out of Talon Canyon. All right, Samuel is picked up Space Jump, is now following in Inner Slice's Space Jump boot steps. And under the ship, we have an energy tank, which 6E tank suitless is definitely much more comfortable than we were earlier. There shouldn't be that much that can threaten our runners now. In Alcove, we have a 7th energy tank. All right, we first were having too many missiles. Now we've got all the energy tanks we ever need. Whoops, it looks like Samuel missed the Vault Ledge E-Tank, but doesn't look like he's bothered by that. And yep, Inner Slice is going to go straight for artifact hints. Now we've got 7 artifacts unknown at this point, which is still a lot considering that we've seen a good chunk of Chozo. And I don't know what the Variolous Magmoor logic is on hard settings. That's something I haven't had a chance to look at, but I'm sure somebody knows. What was that in Artifact Temple? We'll find out anyway, because Inner Slice has to pick it up. More missiles. All right, and again, a reminder to the audience, we have 9 required artifacts today, so... Let's see if Inner Slice chooses to read them right away. Given the circumstances, I think now is a good time to read them because we do have a lot of the game open to us. especially with that elevator from Far Chozo, not Far Chozo, from Vault leading to PPC. I don't think there's any wave doors much further past that point. Let's see. We've got Research Core in Fendrana, Magmoor Cavern Short Tunnel, Magma Pool, Quarantine Monitor, Warrior Shrine, Life Grove Tunnel, and Storage Depot B. Oh, and I missed what that last one was. I will check on the playback. So after Storage Depot B, it was... Oh no, Inner Slice just double-checked Storage Depot B. All right, so those artifacts actually aren't really that bad. The only one that's a headache right now is the ones that are really a headache right now are the wave beam locked ones. So yeah, the two things we're looking for are, well, we're also looking for Phazon Suit, of course. Inner Slice is thinking about doing Gravityless Frigate here, but got bombarded on the way in. All right, Samuel's getting some the energy tanks around landing site. And yeah, we're going to be seeing at the very least a gravityless... we're going to see Overgrown Cavern first. This makes a lot of sense. This is a pretty easy check with this equipment. And an elevator as well. And it is main power bombs. Excellent. That is definitely something our runners want to have before going into mines. We're going to see where this elevator is now. Oh yeah, we can't do frigate anyway because no wave beam. We can't go through the doors. The other workstation elevator, I think with that, Inner Slice does have a few things he can do here. So frigate crash site leads to the other workstation elevator, and with Ice Beam and Power Bombs in tow, this is actually a great shortcut for Inner Slice to return to Far Chozo. Although there really isn't a whole heck of a lot to do at this point in that neighborhood. And we can't do workstation itself because we need wave beam. So yeah, there's actually not a whole lot we can do in this region as far as item pickups are concerned. So Inner Slice is going to take advantage of this opportunity to warp to start and finish clearing out the rest of Front Fendrana. And we're going to see Ice Ruins West now that Inner Slice has Plasma Beam in tow. The She-Goths are unfortunately not cooperating, but luckily Inner Slice has 7 energy tanks, so it's not a big deal. All right, Frigate Crash Site was another energy tank, as Samuel's now showing. So yeah, actually, Wave Beam being the missing beam isn't necessarily a bad thing, because Wave Beam actually does lock out a lot of paths, especially in the shortcut and early areas department, like labs, front of mines, the connection between Workstation and Twin Fires. So yeah, of all the beams we are missing, Wave is definitely not that bad. And Plasma was very early. All of that being said, I do think PPC might be our next stop pretty soon here, because we have Ice and Plasma, we have Spider Ball, we've got Space Jump, and Power Bombs. So there's a lot in the PPC neighborhood we can do. I don't know if anything's stopping us from going all the way to OP right now. I'm trying to remember if there's a random wave door somewhere along the way. Isn't all of... most of Chozo is pretty open. Some areas we can't check are training chamber access and training chamber itself. That needs wave beam. Although I'm sure our runners would do some out-of-bounds shenanigans happily to get that. Flogra's been in play for a while. Flogra and Ghost have both been in play for a while. Ever since Bombs, pretty much. No Varia suit, but I do think with this equipment, Magma Pool is in logic. Although Magma Pool is an artifact, so that's not relevant right now. And Samuel's going to do some Variolous Magmoor here, starting with Transport Tunnel A. Gonna see if he can make it to Warrior Shrine. We do know Warrior Shrine is an artifact, but we're not sure about Upper Fiery Shores. Let's see, Upper Fiery Shores, more missiles. We know Shore Tunnel is an artifact as well. Ooh, Samuel ate a lot of damage there. Missile tank in Lower Fiery Shores. Looks like Sam's gonna make it, just barely. Oh, wait, I didn't realize there was another room. Luckily, the Magmoor was kind enough to drop a red energy, and the door almost killed Samuel. But it looks like we discover as a result of that daring Variolous Magmoor that or Twin Fires leads to Upper Great Tree, which is the Life Grove neighborhood. Unfortunately, we don't have Boost Ball, so unless Samuel wants to do some extreme bomb trickery, Sam, you do realize you have 13 HP and you're near enemies that could very easily kill you. Okay, there's some health. Okay, that was definitely some spookiness that I definitely wasn't expecting in my work evening today. Work evening, like I call this work. Nah, this is fun. All right, we are going to see Inner Slice do a... I thought Inner Slice was going to check Flogra, but for some reason he backed off of it. And Samuel is going to attempt boostless Life Grove. Manages to get over. Now, we know Life Grove Tunnel is an artifact, but the Life Grove checks themselves we're not sure of yet. Oh, okay, so I'm looking back in the playback and chat's confirming as well. For some reason, the door to Flogra wasn't opening. Huh. That could be a problem. Alright, so Samuel is doing a boostless crank turn there in Life Grove to pick up the item here. Very nicely done. Gets an energy tank for his trouble, which is all the more better equipment to use Variolous Magmoor. Seem to be doing that a lot today. We'll see if... now, Samuel's not going to be able to do Life Grove Tunnel here, I don't think. Okay, Inner Slice had a little stream hiccup there, so we'll just wait to get him back. As Samuel is going to go for a bar skip. And while he's at it, double check hints. Yeah, there's Research Core, and that is gonna be a headache. And on the other subject of complex bomb jumps, Inner Slice is going to forward Flogra because it looks like he wants to commit to this, but door issues previously were a problem. All right, so we've got Inner Slice back for you, and we are going to see Flogra. Or not. Something is definitely wrong with Sun Chamber. Huh. All right, so Samuel has gotten to the elevator. Okay, the elevator leads to Lava Lake. That's a good elevator, actually. That can give Samuel a couple of items. So Lava Lake leads to Lower Tree. I've only got one missing elevator combo left, actually, and that is that Quarantine Monitor must lead to Main Quarry. All right, so we are now going to see Lava Lake and some more Variolous Magmoor shenanigans from Samuel. Now, in Lava Lake, you actually take double heat damage, so, Samuel is going to try and move quickly here to get to safety. All right, so Samuel's burnt a lot of HP up to this point, so we'll see how this plays out. Now, Sam took a safety save, so if he takes a death here, it's not the worst thing in the universe. That, I think, was a not droid. Ooh, only 8 seconds left to get to Storage Cavern here. And makes it for a missile. So that is going to be a reset from Samuel. But yeah, curious as to why Sun Chamber was just not loading for Inner Slice back there. A little bit concerning, because if Sun Chamber has critical progression, we have a big problem here if that won't load. Hopefully Flogra is not holding Wave Beam or Phazon Suit. Unfortunately, that did cost Inner Slice a lot of time as well. But yeah, folks, I'm thinking a trip to Mines is in our future here. And I think Samuel's taking a safety save and probably thinking the same idea. Because yeah, there's a fairly large chance Wave Beam is in Mines with our current equipment. Yeah, Inner Slice taking a save of the ship. Let's see what he decides to do here. If he's going to take a reset or just continue on into... Where does Overgrown Cavern take us again? Workstation. Yeah, that's not a whole lot Inner Slice can do in that area. Alright, Samuel's gonna go back to check Ice Temple and Chapel and discover that those are both nothing of value. Alright, so Inner Slice just saw the monitor station elevator, so I believe that is going to be his clue of where to go next here. And chat brings up a good point. Samuel did get all the important stuff from... the only thing Samuel did not get that is important in Magmoor is the short tunnel artifact. So he is going to have to go back for that eventually, but that's a very quick dip. And Monitor Station leads to Talon Canyon anyway, so it's not that far away from Artifact Temple. Alright, Inner Slice took a quick detour for Transport Tunnel A to discover that it was a missile, and is going to go ahead and get the items in Warrior Shrine and Fiery Shores. Now, Inner Slice is going into this with 8 energy tanks, so has a little bit of time in his pocket here. It's 10 heat DPS in besides Lava Lake, so that does give Inner Slice about a minute or so right now to figure this out. Definitely don't want to be taking lava bats though, because that is going to just eat into that health. In fact, the only reason Samuel did not take a KO on this run was because of the Magmoor giving a red drop. But yeah, Inner Slice is now going to follow in Samuel's footsteps and do the upper tree checks. We'll see if he elects to make the same bomb jump path for Life Grove. Now, we'll see if Samuel decides to make the detour to... not detour, but the play to Flagra as well, because if Samuel is having the exact same problem, then we may have a bit of a situation on our hands. But it looks like Samuel's more interested in going to PPC, and I do agree with that play. I do think Mines is the place to be with Ice, Plasma, Spider, and Space Jump. We're going to see Inner Slice do that bar skip as well. Samuel had a little bit of trouble with this, and it looks like Inner Slice isn't doing that much better. And gets it nonetheless. Chad asks what happens if both games are bugged. I think what's going to happen is we're going to continue playing as normal. All right, there's the artifact in Magma Pool. TGC, Sun Chamber is not loading for Inner Slice. But yeah, if both runners are having the same problem, since there are plenty of other checks available in Logic, we're just going to keep playing and hope that Flagra doesn't have progression. And if Flagra has Wave Beam or Phazon Suit, then we're basically screwed. Not much else we can do about it. In that case, you know, we'll just call it a day, have a laugh, and ask whoever generated this seed why, because it wasn't me. For once. Ooh, Inner Slice taking a very long lava bath in Lava Lake. But yeah, it looks like Samuel is going to make the PPC dive. And this, we should be seeing a lot of interesting stuff here. I wouldn't be surprised if Wave Beam is next here. Inner Slice's health is a little low, but it should be enough to... oh, maybe not, because Inner Slice is having a little bit of collision issues. All All right, he's only got about 10 seconds to make it to Storage Cavern. And makes it. Very well done, both runners, for their variolous Magmoors. Sam gets an energy tank out of PPC just in time for the dive into mines, so the extra health is going to be very welcome. All right, there's only one way out of here since we can't go the other way without wave. All right, we're going to get a quick check of ventilation shaft here. And it is Wave Beam. Sam is immediately turning around to grab that and immediately showing PPC was the play. All right, well, chat, at this point, we're only primarily looking for Wave Beam in order to, well, I think actually because of Life Grove Tunnel, we're probably going to need to find Boost Ball. I doubt our runners are going to try anything particularly fancy to try and get out of there without, Ooh, Sam trying some advanced shenanigans to get out of Vent Shaft. Oh, so close. Almost got the IBJ. All right, Inner Slice is has asked to be or is taking a quick break here, but will be back with us shortly. But yeah, unfortunately, without Boost, we're kind of on a one-way trip here through the rest of Lower Mines, so Samuel's just going to have to deal with it for now and move on. Or, oh, okay. Samuel is attempting, or Samuel was trying to attempt, it looks like Samuel's attempting some kind of through-the-door scan dash. Well done. Interesting. Very interesting. Color me impressed. That's the first time I've seen that. All right, Elite Control Access gives us more stuff that we don't need. Yeah, it's a similar trick to PAL SJF, for sure. But yeah, scan dashing through the door. I'm not even sure if that's in logic for Vent Shaft. Let me see. Phase on Mines, Ventilation Shaft. Doesn't look like it. I don't see any specific trick details for Ventilation Shaft. But Samuel's going to make a quick trip over to Storage Depot B here and grab the artifact that lies beneath. Well, inside, rather. And I believe this is a trip from Samuel to Main Quarry. So quite a few items in this neighborhood. So yeah, right now, chat, we have all beams, but no suits. And no boost ball, which we're fairly certain we need for Life Grove Tunnel now. Frigate should be doable now by both of our runners. Well, once Inner Slice finds Wave Beam. And it looks like just a missile tank in Quarry. All right, now this we know leads to Thardis. which is fine because there's an artifact in quarantine monitor anyway, so Samuel is going to go make a trip for that. All right, so we've got an inner slice back up and running here, so... Oh, maybe not. Inner slice is, calling it... Oh, inner slice's elevator's not letting him out either. Yeah, so inner slice is having a serious technical hiccup here. Yeah, Inner Slice has put a DNF into the race time. Really unfortunate, but yeah, hopefully we'll find out what the deal is with that another time. But for now, we are going to, in the meantime, press on with Samuel, who is electing to go into Fendrana. Hey, Inner Slice.
Hello.
Yeah, we're not quite sure what the problem is there with your stuff.
Yeah, I think it's on my SD card or my Wii or something. I've been having troubles like this.
Yeah, first it was Sun Tower, and then it was the main plaza elevator.
So where did Wave end up being?
Wave was in ventilation shaft.
Okay. Yeah, that was my next plan, was to go to Phazon Mines.
Yeah, and Samuel just found Gravity Suit as well in transport access. Right now, we're looking for Boost Ball and Phazon Suit, pretty much. Boost Ball for Life Grove and Life Grove Tunnel and Phazon Suit for final bosses. That's about it. In the meantime, your thoughts on the seed, especially that start?
Yeah, it was a good start. I probably should have started using drops from the Flicker Bats earlier.
Yeah, that intermediate scan dash, I think it's intermediate scan dash for Shoreline, was brutal.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't like a one-time thing.
Yeah, both you and Sam took different approaches. I think Sam warped to start every time while you went around Ice Ruins. Either that or was the other way around. But it was interesting to see the difference in two strategies.
I was trying to keep that block on the door to use as a scan point, but that was probably a bad idea. It doesn't really give you the best angle.
I see, okay. Yeah, the artifacts themselves, Life Grove Tunnel aside, actually weren't too bad either.
Which ones does Sam have left?
Sam's got 3, which is Shore Tunnel, Life Grove Tunnel, and not Storage Depot B. I'm not 100% sure about the last one. But Shore Tunnel and other tunnel I just described are 2 that he's missing. Although after bombs, the seed really did kind of open up, especially putting Space Jump on Hive Totem was actually kind of funny given all the trouble that went through getting out of Fendrana in the first place.
Yeah. I think I was like 30 minutes in before I got that. I put him pretty far away today, actually.
Yeah, you actually were ahead of Samuel getting to Space Jump because he had to do a full reset because he fell in Antechamber. Oh, there's the other artifact I'm thinking about, Research Core. So yeah, not having Wave Beam was also going to make that artifact a headache too, so... to answer your question, chat, Inner Slice was having some technical issues. Multiple rooms were not loading. Alright, so we get Artifact of Strength from Research Core. It gets dark in here.
Well, my assistance is required elsewhere, so give my GGs to Samuel. And thanks for commentating this, Captain, but I'm gonna head out.
No problem. Sorry about your tech issues today.
Yeah.
Alright. GG's. Thanks again for partaking. Alright, looks like Samuel wasn't interested in anything that was in Research Lab Aether. Now, I don't remember, Chad. Does the control tower fight layer disappear after you pick up Research Core item? Because I don't remember. Alright, we're going to see control tower's item, and this is... It does disappear, okay. That is another energy tank. Way too many energy tanks now. Okay, yeah, it definitely is gone. I'm actually reminded, that room reminds me of, we had a weekly a long time ago, where we enabled small Samus, and unfortunately one of our runners got stuck in that elevator and control tower. That'd be an interesting call for the Pirates to have to make over the PA. Ooh. A little bit of a sound hiccup there on Sam's side. Hopefully that sorts itself out. Maybe it was just the drones. Alright, Research Lab Hydra is even more missiles. But anywho, yeah, that would be an interesting announcement for the Pirates to make over the PA system. We regret to inform you that the elevator leading to Far Control Tower is currently inaccessible due to some pebble being stuck in the elevator. Maintenance teams, please respond and bring your best Dyson vacuum with you. This stream does not contain intentional product placement. But yeah, Samuel just cruising on here out of labs. Now we have access to Ruined Courtyard. Pirates are just burning to death in a cutscene. And with that, Samuel is going to enter Ruined Courtyard here. So yeah, it's pretty much just down to where's Boost Ball and Phazon suit. There's another Metroid. I think that's our 4th Metroid out of 6 in this pool today. And Samuel's going to detour to Ice Ruins West real quick. Or not. What is Samuel doing here? Going back down the elevator to Far Chozo. Where does the other reflecting pool elevator lead to? Workstation debris, so... Samuel would be able to do some more stuff in Magmoor. Geothermal core, if I'm not mistaken, isn't heated. Either that or one of the pads to geothermal core isn't heated. Samuel might be attempting Variolus Magmoor for vanilla for plasma processing here. Let's see. Because, yeah, there's pretty much nothing left in Chozo besides Tower of Light and Flagra. And it looks like Samuel's not interested. Excuse me a moment. All right, it looks like Samuel wasn't interested in whatever was in Workstation. All right, so yeah, geothermal core is not heated, so Samuel's just going to go ahead and grab. Oh, nope, Samuel's not going to grab plasma processing. Looks like this is a run back to shore tunnel. I was about to say, given the number of heated rooms I thought we just passed, it's like, did Samuel pick up Various suit while I wasn't looking? But no, not the case. I was just imagining things. Oop. I had a bit of a stream freeze. One moment, chat. Yeah, Samuel's taking a second to look over the route, get the artifacted shore tunnel here, and this should be all that's left from Magmoor besides plasma processing. I think. Is there anything else in Magmoor we missed? No, we got both Fiery Shores checks. We got transport. We checked transport tunnel A. Let's see. So yeah, that's actually all but one of Samuel's artifacts. Number 9 is in Life Grove Tunnel, which if Samuel is going for it, where does this lead? This does lead to Upper Tree, so Samuel might be attempting to pick up artifact 9 here without Boost Ball. Let's see how this works. If so, he would then be able to fight Ridley by doing reverse frigate to get back to the front, and in doing so, be able to find out where Phazon suit is. If it's in Chozo, I'm sure Inner Slice is going to be annoyed. Whoops! Except Sam took a mild fall. Prime movement, folks, where if you fall off a ledge, you are staying in one direction until you land on something. All right, let's see how this plays out for Samuel. So it looks like Samuel's gotten the artifact, but needs to get out, and that is going to be the hard part. Because we basically need to see Samuel do an infinite bomb jump again. Ooh, not quite enough height. Almost made it, though. Now, Samuel didn't save in a while since before coming here, so he's going to have to backtrack a little bit if he ends up giving up on this and resetting. That being said, Samuel has demonstrated some good knowledge of Life Grove Tunnel bomb jumping beforehand in the past pass through this, so certainly we're going to let him have his chance here. Let's hope he gets it, because this would be really nice if we could just go straight to Ridley now. Ooh, needed like a few more inches there. Definitely right idea, just not enough height. Not quite. So yeah, I'm looking at Life Grove Tunnel's trick list, and it looks like it's only knowledge beginner, so I don't think this is expected in logic for any reason. So I think Boost Ball is hanging around somewhere. We just got to find it first. But it looks like Samuel's really committing to this bomb jump. Ooh, that's looking good. Oh, not quite. Again, right idea, just not enough height. Ooh, busted out of that last bomb too early. Well, I admire the tenacity, that's for sure. But both of our runners really have been doing some superb movement and trick execution this seed. Unfortunately, if you're just coming in, we lost Inner Slice due to some technical issues on his end. Something with his equipment was causing rooms to not load correctly. So, very unfortunate, but unfortunately, that's the way it was today. That being said, overall, the seed had a bit of a brutal start, but otherwise it hasn't been too bad. Barring Samuel's effort here to try and get up Life Grove Tunnel. Sasquatch in chat is saying that it's a hyper mode level trick. Yeah, it's definitely not in this logic, that's for sure. Yeah, we are playing hard logic today, but the hard logic stuff we had to do earlier was like NSJ scan dashing through Shoreline to get to the top of Shoreline Lighthouse to pick up Ice Beam, which ended up giving us Plasma Beam and Antechamber. So we can go back for Morph Ball bombs in Ice Ruins East. So interesting chain of progression at the start, but Wave Beam was also in Mines, but it was pretty close to the PPC elevator, which led to Vault. So there we go. Samuel gets out. Well done. That being said, Samuel now has to do another annoying bomb jump and bar skip back into lower tree. And does it. So with that, Samuel will cross Frigate here and head to Ridley. And if Phazon Suit just so happens to fall on his lap on the way, so much the better. I was about to say ask and thy shall receive, but Samuel gets the wrong suit in Hydro Access Tunnel. Not gonna lie though, that was pretty funny. Alright, that being said, still 2 more chances for a convenient Phazon suit before Ridley. Let's see where it happens. Yeah, Various suit was behind Gravity, which actually, does Hydro Access Tunnel need Gravity in this difficulty? Talon Overworld, Hydro Access Tunnel. Gravityless underwater movement beginner. Yeah, so gravityless underwater was required. What could be required in this case. Looks like Samuel just went right by biohazard containment. That missile just clearly went clipping right through a window. Oh, is that the was that a previous tournament winner's log entry? That's cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Or was that just, like, the general credits? Like, thanks to all these folks for making this rando awesome. Which, you folks did make this rando awesome. Prime Rando is good. You should head over to the Metroid Prime Randomizer Discord and give it a shot. That being said, the same program that does Metroid Prime Randomizer also has full support for Echoes, Metroid Dread, and Cave Story, and currently has experimental work for Metroid Prime 3, and I think we're trying to get Super Metroid working on Randovania as well. Alright, so Samuel's going to go ahead and fight Ridley, and this is going to enable us to read a hint in Impact Crater to determine where the Phazon suit is hiding. Now, wherever it does show will actually give us some pretty interesting clues as to where it is. The only one that might be well, the one that's going to be the biggest question mark is mines, because all the remaining areas at this point have been very close to full cleared. Chozo, we're only missing Tower of Light and Flogra, and Training Chamber, the Training Chamber neighborhood. Magmoor, we've basically full cleared save for plasma processing. Let's see, Phendrana, we virtually full cleared except for Thardis. And Talon, we have pretty much full cleared in its entirety. So, yeah, if we basically see any place that isn't mines, it's gonna be more so annoying than anything. Although mines is going to be pretty annoying too, because it can be literally anywhere in mines that isn't Phazon Mining Tunnel. Although that being said, Phazon Mining Tunnel does have some intermediate movement. Maybe Phazon, maybe that is enabled in these settings. But I'm sure chat can correct me on that one. And unfortunately, without Boost Ball, Samuel has to fight Meta Ridley the hard way. Fly, missile, fly! Yeah, unfortunately, Meta Ridley not being particularly cooperative here. We are almost at phase 2, though. Samuel almost got into the next phase, but I think needs one more hit with a super to do it. Ooh, Sam got a nice snipe there. Yeah, other than lack of boost ball, Samuel's having a pretty flawless Ridley fight. Ooh, misses that charge, though. Ooh, gets a second intercept, though, but gets the invincible heart bug. Very nice fight there by Samuel. So at this point, it's just a matter of finding out where Phazon suit is and what more is required. I think we can safely get away without Boost Ball, though. I think the only area where it might be a pain in the backside is Elite Research. And thanks to a very conveniently placed hint, we discover that Phazon suit is in Chozo Ruins, so it is either in Tower of Light or on Flagra. / Ghosts. But honestly, that's a really good spot for Phazon suit to be right now, because that's a quick detour for Samuel at this point. What is Samuel's route here? So probably taking the shoreline elevator to Reflecting Pool, and then just go from there. But assuming it is in... Well, either way, it's going to be relatively close to the vault elevator, so let's see. From Chozo, how do we get back to Talon? Here's an interesting little hiccup. None of the Talon elevators lead to Chozo. Fascinating. Correction. Main plaza leads to Root Cave. So, yeah, Samuel's route is pretty well defined here. So yeah, it's either in Tower of Light / Tower Chamber, or it is in, or it's in Training Chamber, and Training Chamber Access. It could be there as well, or it could be on Flagra or Ghosts. Which, if it's on Flagra Ghosts, that's a pretty big oof, because that's when Inner Slice started having door loading problems. But yeah, luckily all 3 of those areas are relatively close to the main plaza elevator. All right, so Samuel's first pit stop is going to be Training Chamber. So this is definitely a good chance to get this out of the way. Hopefully it'll just be in Training Chamber access right here and we can go home. It is not. That would be Thermal Visor in Training Chamber. We are probably not going to take that. As nice as that would be for Essence. All right, so looks Samuel's next stop is probably going to be Tower of Light, much faster to get through than Flagra, and it's also right here. Because, yeah, I don't think we've seen all of Elder Chamber. We've seen all of Far Chozo. We've seen Crossway. So, yeah, it's either here in Tower of Light or it is in, whoops. It's either here in Tower of Light or it's on Flagra Ghosts. All right, was Tower of Light finally Tower of Progression for a change? Samuel will give us the answer. All right, top of Tower of Light is an energy tank. And Tower Chamber was another energy tank, so it is on Flagra Ghosts. That is an ouchie. Despite all that progression we got nice and early, Flagra still ended up being required. That being said, Samuel's endgame route is pretty well defined. Just do Flagra Ghosts, go back down Main Plaza to Root Cave, and then call it a seed. So we should be done here in about 15 minutes or so. Reverse Flagra especially is very fast. Not even pretty fast, it is very fast. Now, wouldn't it be funny, as chat points out, wanting to know where Boost Ball is, wouldn't it be funny if Boost Ball was also in Flogra Ghosts? Like, Flogra had Boost and Ghosts had Phazon Suit. That would be a scene worthy of my praise. Not quite sure what Samuel... Oh, Samuel's out of missiles. Ugh, missiles. Even at the end of the game, it's still a problem. Okay, Samuel almost got knocked off by one of those crawler thingies. That would have been a nasty fall. No idea if Samuel got the double there. All right, looks like Samuel needs to hit another one. Chat asking about a forfeit as they're tuning in. Yes, unfortunately, Inner Slice had an equipment problem that was causing rooms to not load. So he had to take a DNF for this race. And actually, given the circumstances, it actually, from what we have pieced together, it actually would have been very important had that room loaded, because Inner Slice was having trouble loading Sun Chamber. And unfortunately, that has resulted in Sam in him not being able to complete the seed, because we're fairly convinced Phazon Suit is here. It's not here, so Phazon Suit must be on Ghosts. Yikes. Well, now it makes sense why we were given that X-ray visor in Main Plaza so early. Once again, Chozo Go showing that shots just don't matter because shots just seem to be clipping through them left and right today. Now, if you don't mind, we will take our Phazon Suit and be on our way. We think. Okay, yeah, it's definitely Phazon Suit. Had to wait a second because I was like, well, if it's boost, but then no, we've literally seen everything else in Chozo, so Samuel's gonna run to the main plaza elevator and then make his way back to Artifact Temple to go fight Metroid Prime, and we'll be putting the bow on this mess of a seed. But yeah, Samuel was able to dodge Boost Ball this seed, courtesy of getting an infinite bomb jump for Life Grove Tunnel. It was a tough infinite bomb jump, but got it nonetheless. Now, as for where Boost Ball could be, I think pretty much anywhere else in Mines could have been in Thardis. And that's actually about it. Basically anywhere else in Mines or Thardis. Otherwise, we pretty much full cleared this seed. Samuel's gonna take a warp to start, but this actually isn't faster. This isn't gonna take you to the ship. Unless Samuel is thinking to take Reflecting Pool short. No. Hold on. Samuel might be thinking. Let's see. Thardis to. Yeah, Thardis leads to main quarry. I think Samuel's just now realizing the elevators were not lined up correctly. Because, yeah, the only other elevator here leads to Shoreline, which leads to Reflecting Pool, which leads back to Workstation. And Workstation, the closest way to get to Talon from there would be to take Transport Tunnel A back to Talon Canyon. And that seems like a bit of an unnecessary walk. I'm not quite sure what Samuel's thought process was here. A question for the interview. Could also just be exhaustion, although we didn't have any other racers besides Interslice. So Samuel is just is not getting a competition on the way to the victory here, but nevertheless, it has been the early part of the seed was pretty exhausting with the NSJ scan dash for Shoreline Lighthouse. Excuse me for another moment. All right, sorry about that. We have a question from chat. How is the seed? The seed itself, actually, besides a missing boost ball, which would have made one artifact millions of times easier, and a little bit of a strugglesome early game with an NSJ scan dash, the seed wasn't particularly bad. Oh, and also Flagra Ghost was required for Phazon suit, but other than that, the seed was not the worst in the universe. We got beams early, pretty much. We got beams early. Space Jump wasn't too far behind. But yeah, the indication, Samuel just made the right play to go to PPC before Interslice did. And with the idea of Ice and Plasma being early, it was definitely good indicators to go there. And for Samuel, that ended up netting him his wave beam in Vent Shaft. Yeah, this has been, the advanced settings have been quite interesting. This is my first exposure to it. But yeah, these advanced settings definitely seem to pick our runners' brains a little bit. But yeah, luckily Samuel has already defeated Ridley, so it is just a quick trip through Impact Crater to final bosses. Looks like Samuel's going to be entering... we'll see if Samuel makes a quick detour to the missile station in top of the dentist's office here. That looks to be a no. Oh, that was dangerous. Sam's thinking about it. Oh, no, Sam's going to exo-skip. Interesting. Never mind. The biggest enemy of the Metroids, of course, doors. The Talon Metroid specifically, I should stress. So it looks like Sam went into this with slightly less than half missiles, so is electing to finish this with a little reduced ammo, but I don't think it's going to be a big problem. Samuel's got literally more than enough energy tanks, Ice Spreader for insurance, Super Missiles for additional insurance, so this shouldn't be particularly long of a fight. All right, well, we're already in sub-chamber 3 here, so Samuel is cruising through this exo. He's getting good snipes. Ooh, we even got the phase skip. Well done. Well, Samuel not quite getting the drops off of those energy orbs, but does enter subchamber 4, and this is where pretty much anything goes here. Let's see how well Exo cooperates. Ooh, quick charge there. Alright, so missile drops would be really nice here, and it looks like we did get some. Ooh, double shift to power there. Perfect time to launch a super missile. Ow! Except when it ricochets back into you. And that should do it. Now, no thermal visor here, but Samuel should not have too much trouble with Essence. We almost found all the energy tanks too. We were very energy. We had a lot of missile tanks early in Phendrana and Chozo. Then we got all the energy tanks in mid Chozo and Talon, and then we found the rest of our stuff. Samuel gonna go ahead and attack, cancel his way to the next pool. Plenty of power bombs to make this work. Unfortunately, no thermal, meaning we have to find Essence the hard way. And it looks like he found him. And this is not easy. Essence can be a tough needle to find in the haystack. Unfortunately, the pool ran out a little early there. This is not the best position for Essence in the world right now, based on what I'm seeing. But it looks like Samuel made it work. Very good position for the pool cancels. This should be GG. Well played by Samuel, finishing with an official race time GG time of 1:52.46, and that will conclude the race today. We will try and get Samuel in for an interview. And GG, Samuel, well played.
Hello, GG. That was a very weird seed.
Indeed, the early NSJ for Ice Beam, the plate of PPC for Wave. Unfortunately, Inner Slice, you actually been the first to Wave Beam, but that was around the time Inner Slice was having his loading issues, and as we later discovered, it would have been a very big deal.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like Inner Slice probably would have won because my early game was pretty bad. I was immediately 10 minutes behind.
Yeah, you had to the fall in before Antichamber, yeah.
Yeah, I got a little too gutsy and I tried to do the dash over and it didn't really work. But yeah, where was Boost Ball? I can check. What am I?
We're about to find out.
I'm the one looking at the credits.
We don't know either.
Yeah, it was probably in Lower Mines. I just committed to not getting it. I thought it would be too much of a hassle. It probably would have been nice to have it. Oh, it was on OP. Okay, you know what? Maybe it was a good idea that I skipped it.
Why? Yeah, there weren't too many other spots it could have been because there was only Thardis and maybe someplace else in Mines.
Yeah.
Lol.
Elite quarters. Yep. The heat run logic was also rather weird, especially with Various Suit being in Hydrex Tunnel. So I think the wall crawl from Monitor Station towards excuse me, Twin Fires is what the logic wanted you to do, which is kind of surprising. I think that would probably be an intermediate heat run, but to be fair, the tanks had a lot of leniency.
Well, unfortunately, as much as I would love to stick around for the and ask more, I am unfortunately needed elsewhere in minutes. So I need to we need to wrap up. Anything else you want to say before we close out?
I didn't deserve the win this. I'll just say that. I didn't feel like I did, but it was still a fun seed. GG.
And we are glad you joined. You gave us some fun times with this advanced logic seed. So once again, GGs to Samuel and Interslice for their fantastic performance. Thanks to Alp82 and Warren Traveler for their work tracking today, making sure everybody knows who has what. And with that said, folks, we'll see you next weekend for some fifth week of the month shenanigans for Echoes and Prime. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your weekend. See you next mission.
See y'all.